Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm the executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. Just want to thank our $25 tier supporters, Rowan Parker, Trevian Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and Elle. Our $25 tier on Patreon, patreon.com, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much of the things that we do already. So, thank you to them for donating. Thank you to you all for watching. And if you're watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Star Wars Twilight Night. I am Sensaku, or John, the game master for the evening, and joining me today is Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Clunk Kikek, the Jawa Mystic Seer, Consular Sage, all that good stuff. Is the Destiny pool cleared? I don't know.
Yes,
Let's find.
Whoop.
Okay. One light side.
One light side. Starting off good. And also
Which is
me
weird considering where we left off, but you know.
is Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Nerys, droid, consular, healer, and Niman disciple, and a dark side.
Yeah, it's more like it.
And he is me.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Esty, Zeltron, Shadow. Yep, another dark side.
Maybe it's opposite day.
That's it. Could be.
Maybe hopefully that'll stay. Sorry, I'm fighting with my webcam because it's deciding that it wants not listen to the thing that I'm telling it to do. And also joining me is William. Sorry, Holly. I don't know. Oh, I had the two of you in the wrong places. That's why.
Okay. I'm Holly, not William, and I'm playing Avazia, pure blood Sith, Juyo Berserker.
So frankly, one can hardly tell the difference between the two of you. So
Two light side. It's different for me.
and actually this time, William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Corsarath, the Sith Pureblood Makashi duelist with another light side.
And as always, Black Lives Matter and trans rights are human rights. And I guess fuck daylight savings time because that's a thing that people care about right now.
Finally,
There were things that happened in the Senate. That's all.
yeah, it's not going to do anything, unfortunately, because
Did they actually start a motion to get rid of daylight savings time?
Senate passed
Yeah.
a bill to get
Yes.
rid of it. Has to
Yeah.
make it through the House now.
Oh my God, please!
And the thing
Right?
the thing that I'm enjoying most about this is that all of the news coverage and like article writing about this is treating this as if it's some messianic level of lawmaking. That they passed a common sense bill that everybody wanted.
Well, I think the thing that people
Well,
are
most people are.
surprised about is that it's probably the first thing I can think of in remotely recent memory that passed by unanimous vote.
Right.
And yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
think of anything.
No, I can't think of
that's passed
anything.
by unanimous vote.
Which-
Anything.
Which would
Yeah.
explain surprise in the writing, but not, we think this is a fantastic movement forward to the benefit of all American peoples.
I
As
mean,
opposed to, we did our job for once.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, that's PR campaign shit.
Right.
You know,
Different ways.
Everyone
of
could
saying the
agree
same
that this
thing.
was fucking bullshit and didn't need to keep
Well,
going.
Except for the people that now, in hindsight, are complaining that their kids are going to be standing in the dark at 9 a.m. During the winter waiting for the school bus. Not really.
They would be standing at the dark at fucking 8 a.m. in the winter.
That was my response, but I think logically. And also, that's only a problem for the middle schoolers because the elementary schoolers and high schoolers are standing for the bus earlier than that, and
Right.
wouldn't be affected either direction.
Or they're at school long enough that when they're when they're walking home, it's dark. If you go the other direction.
No one thinks more than one step ahead.
This is
Especially
true.
not when they're
This is-
knee-jerk reacting to a
this is
thing they
sadly
weren't
true.
mad about.
Oh, on the other hand, Star Wars.
On the other hand, Star Wars, where time zones don't matter because it's in space.
Not even the Empire will institute daylight savings time.
Well, that's because
Yes, have the entire
wants-
galaxy move their clocks forward an hour. That's gonna
It's like-
fucking work.
We live on different solar systems. Time is.
Do you
Yeah.
really think that would stop Palpatine?
I like to think that.
Excuse you.
every
His name
planet-
is Sheev.
I like to think that every planet has their own clock, and people that are particularly, shall we say, hipster, have their favorite clock that they use, no matter what planet they're on.
But they're on.
Yeah.
This may be my favorite
someone, like-
side talk ever.
someone on Nalhutta, pulls out a watch that's specifically tuned to Corellian time.
Right.
It's just like, yeah, no. I understand that you need me to be there at whatever time, Nalhutta, but what is it, Corellian time? And then they just get
Because
punched in the
I
face
like
and
to rate
shot.
my yeah.
I mean, I feel like Galactic Standard Time is that just based off Coruscant.
Then there's the super hipster in the background who's like, well, I'm on Ryloth time, so
I'm on Yavin time. You haven't even heard of it.
yeah, yes.
Anyways, that
The
tangent
one
aside,
edgelord in the room who's on Korriban time.
I'm on. No, all the Sith are on Korriban time. What are you talking about? Korriban time is just demon time in the Star Wars universe.
Fair.
Yeah, I like my hair hanging down, but dropping back in.
I feel ya.
When last we left off, the Twilight Knights had finished clearing out the farm that they had been sent to clear out, and some of them found their rewards, which I hope you wrote down because I don't remember because I have ADHD.
I wrote them all down. Yeah.
Good.
I knew someone was writing them down.
Good, because if you asked me again today, they'd be different.
I mean, they could be better.
Yeah.
No, they'd be worse. They'd definitely be worse. Anyways, we last left off with Plunk putting on a mask from a box that he found,
'Cause that's always a great idea.
with Avasia standing next to him. So Avasia, as soon as this mask clicks into place, you notice two things. One, it doesn't sink into the darkness where the rest of Plunk's face is. It's very clearly visible at the edge of the cowl, thus providing Plunk a face. Two, the what are very distinctly as far as you can tell, the mask is mostly made of stone and wood, sort of wood binding with stone accents. And it has two large stone orbs in the stylized face that act as eyes. And the face itself is sort of reminiscent of a pureblood Sith face, but not more like a statue of pureblood Sith's face, or like the Art Deco representation of a Sith pureblood's face, as opposed to an actual Sith pureblood's face. And the two stone eyes, as soon as Plunk puts it on, begin to glow red. Plunk, you can see perfectly fine. You definitely feel a little bit looser morally, a little bit tougher physically, and a little bit more hungry than you were before.
Avasia has her hand on her saber, just in case.
So Plunk, what you doing?
Getting the rest of the stuff together in whatever box I can.
Mask still on.
Yep.
I mean, it's already in a box, so you can just close the lid. And
Okay.
carry that, but...
I mean, yep.
Got a pile of robes, a lightsaber, some crystals, some parts.
Turns around. Couple pieces.
The interesting thing,
Basically,
to
let's
Avasia
take
is
this.
that
Yeah.
while this mask is definitely not technological, that particular bit of Jawa dialogue comes out with like sort of a few pitches deeper and with a bit of a reverb on it that you might expect from a more mechanical mask.
Urgh.
Rather than
The statement was.
The statement was, let's haul this stuff out.
How are you feeling?
Shrug.
The
Healthy.
mask is okay.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to murder.
Not much more than usual.
Let me rephrase. You don't want to murder us.
Very long silence.
Why is he thinking about it?
Well, there's a little bit of a head tilt, and then is us like all of us, or us like you've started referring to yourself in the plural, or us like
I meant our group.
nah.
Why did you have to think about it?
Sets down the box, and there's kind of a long sigh. I feel like you're inferring and imbuing a lot here.
Is that what Plunk says?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure.
No, it's fine.
I knew the Jawa first. I'm just making sure the mask isn't doing anything to you.
Wait, what's going on?
We're
You're still asleep.
unconscious.
Oh, that's right. I am unconscious.
They're in a completely different section of the farm right
I was gonna say, I feel
Yeah.
we're like in a
I
little.
forgot I
hut,
was unconscious.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Korsrath and I were carrying you in.
That's right. I have
You're
13
sheltered.
strain out of 11,
Yeah.
11 possible.
That said, you did not answer my question.
I don't feel I really need to kill anybody in particular right now. Which I like to think is what the others walk in on.
I mean, the others aren't coming in your way. They're going to
Oh, they were headed in a completely different
they were
direction?
heading in a
Oh,
completely
okay.
different direction to get to put SD in a...
Okay.
That's fair. Avasia will help pick up the stuff.
I think they'll like what we found.
Oh, absolutely.
So you gather your findings
Yep.
and head to find the others. Meanwhile, Neri and Korsrath have carried SD into the main farmhouse, upstairs to a bedroom, and have thrown SD onto a bed.
That gently.
I've set SD gently onto a bed.
Okay, there we go. It's
No,
it
still
is-
thrown, just gently.
I've hoisted up, turned this way, and spiked pile driver size style.
It's a new scene. Can I try and heal her again or not?
Yes, you can try to heal her.
Okay, let me try this again. Here we go.
And remember, you get to like do stuff with heal checks.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
point. Is because SD is not particularly like physically damaged anymore. It's the strain that's knocked them out.
Yep.
Mhm. Yep. Well, I usually get 2 strain automatically, but I failed the last check, so that was bad.
It's okay.
Here we
I
go.
am confident you will fail this
I
check
think
too.
you were at 3 difficulty, I want to say. No, wait, it was just 2 because your wounds aren't that high.
My wounds aren't that high. No, it's my
yeah,
strain.
it was just
that's-
average. Okay.
Are your wounds? I stimmed you after that failed check. Are you still above half or below half your?
I'm
max
below
wounds?
half. I'm at 3 wounds out of 12 now.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It should be
it's
diff
just-
1 now.
I'm still confident.
Oh, she's below half? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It is easy. Okay. I'm gonna make it this time, I promise.
Don't make
I
promises
was gonna say,
you can't
don't,
keep.
don't write checks your ass can't cash.
There we go. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 strain.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 4 wounds if you've got any.
That makes me. I only have 3 left. So.
Okay.
Does that wake
Hello?
them up?
Ow.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Did we win?
We did.
Great.
Surprisingly, yes.
How does everything hurt and yet not hurt? I don't understand this.
That would be the drugs.
Ah, yeah, no, that'd do it.
Do you feel like trying to bite a chunk out of anyone because those were wreck whatever?
Not without consent.
I don't think anyone really got clawed or bitten all that much. I think for the most part, Esty was battling the one with the vibro staff.
Fair. There was a lot going on. Just double checking. Okay.
So
You're
what's-
fairly.
He sits up. So where are we at? What's the deal? What I
Well,
missed?
this is inside the house. I believe
I figured.
Plunk and Avasia were going to loot. I don't know.
Blanc and Avazia are seeking the cash that we were informed was somewhere around here while we dragged you in here to recuperate.
Cool.
You
What's
haven't missed
next?
much. Presumably, we go and see if they found that cash, and if so, we return to complete our mission and then move on from there. Assuming we haven't gotten our audience with the Jedi Masters yet, then we will probably go seek out that source of hunger.
It's at this point that
No.
in come walking Avasia and Plunk wearing a mask that has red glowing eyes.
I know you want to say something.
That's a Sith mask.
Wait, what? Cute.
We found stuff.
I can see that, including a Sith mask.
Yes,
It's a Jawa mask now.
Plunk likes it.
It certainly has an effect on your appearance.
It makes you look older.
And angrier.
And more killable when we run into Jedi.
I don't know. I like it. You have a face now. I can't remember. Okay. I'm not going to think about that. What else did you find?
Plunk will sort of just kind of clonk the box down and start digging in. It's there's a sort of there's a bit where all you can see is kind of the lower half of his body, and then things just sort of kind of start flying out over his shoulder in y'all's general direction.
Which are, as the person
so he'll start with the Holocron. So you've got the multifaceted sort of, it looks basically cube-esque, but it's gold and glass interface.
This one's actually more of a dodecahedron.
Oh, okay. I'm just reading what I was told. So yeah. I'll edit my notes as I throw things. And then there's a lightsaber hilt that comes out, kind of spinning. And there's a bunch of robes that sort of fly and are he kind of aims the armored robes toward Esty, I think. And then after that, we've got the box. And I think that's about everything. Let me separate these things out for...
He pointedly does not show off the Great Dragon Pearl.
Oh no, there's the small that's what comes out last that he sort of just holds up in two hands over his head. There's this little engraved box.
Okay.
Right. That he kind of holds up over his head and then kind of looks up at and fiddles with the clasp and flips the inside there. He kind of shakes it so you can hear that there's several things inside. And
Except the holocron.
No, the holocron is you have the holocron? Yeah, yep. That's separate.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Wrath will look at what's in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Which is what has the Talisman of Iron Fists, couple additional parts, and the Great Dragon Pearl.
Do any of us recognize that script?
The script where? On what?
There was unknown script on that box, like that was engraved.
Oh, on the box?
Mm-hmm.
Korsarath and Avasia could, if looking at it, make a lore check. Difficult 4. So could Esty, but Nere's and Plunk couldn't.
Oh, wait, that's upgraded. Wait. Nope. Nope.
Let's see. Lore.
Hang on a minute. I think I have a thing about lore. Because I am a magus.
Something Data's brother.
Nope.
No, I can
You're
get
Take
Warlock?
something
3
from the
strain
library.
and just pass out again.
You thought too hard. Nosebleed.
Gets really like intense looking at the box and just passes out.
Got to
None of you
read
recognize
again.
the language.
Can't tell what
they
the
don't.
writing
They
is.
don't even recognize the language.
No.
Oh, okay.
That would be
Which means
the
it's
meaning
not
of not
ancient
understanding
Cistercians.
the writing.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Like it's certainly a runic language, but it's not in a format that you are familiar with.
Hmm. Potentially some dialect of Sith that I'm not familiar with.
Essentially, some dialect of any number of languages. There are lots of languages that use runes as the base form of writing.
As a side note, this is a point where, while looking at the armor that I do currently have, which I had already forgotten until after combat last week, I actually have a soak of 3 and not 2.
Oh,
I also upgrade the ability of any stealth check by 1, which I've never used.
Yep. But of course, Wrath will pick up the talisman and the pearl. Can I identify what the talisman of Iron Fist does?
Yes, you can with sort of a cursory analysis of the force around it, you can identify what it does.
Yeah. What does the talisman do?
While equipped, or while it's on your person, your unarmed strikes gain the cortosis property and pierce 1, I think. They make you punch better. In case any of you cared about punching.
How is Avazia's brawl rating?
Where is Brawl?
Be on
the
your skills page under
in
the
the
combat
center.
skills section.
Oh, there it is. I didn't see it. It's good.
It's a. Do you have any ranks in it, or
Yes.
Is it all? Oh,
okay?
Ooh.
Might be useful for you then.
Not gonna lie, I'm interested in that holocron.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. Can I tell what it does?
You can give me a specific check you make.
It's
I'll hold it up to
lore difficulty 3.
Yeah, Lord of 3.
Okay.
to activate.
Oh, you gain the cortosis quality as a person, which means that any armor you wear gains the cortosis quality, and your brawl attacks gain the cortosis quality.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. The wearer's
Furthermore,
Talisman of Iron Fist is force sensitive. He gains the cortosis quality, which means that any armor he wears gains quality, and his brawl attacks gain the cortosis quality. Furthermore, his brawl attacks gain Pierce X, where X is his current force rating. For instance, Plunk's force rating being 5, if Plunk were to have that, Plunk's barehanded attacks would have Pierce 5.
Yeesh.
In addition to Plunk being cortosis inured to lightsabers.
As entertaining as the Pierce value on that is, I feel like the giving someone the cortosis quality is more relevant, and probably most relevant to Avazia as the person with the highest soak value.
I will take it, but I don't want to take it if someone else wants it.
Honestly, I feel like the
Also, as the person with the best brawl skill.
literally anybody with any sort of a soak value benefits from having that cortosis quality,
I mean, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
especially people with the lower hit points.
Yeah, no, and as a sidebar, Plunk has just found a whole bunch of stuff, but is not particularly like, if someone asks him to take off the mask, or he's not particularly invested in keeping any of the items. He just likes the mask because it was there and it got and so he put it on because his impulse control is kind of the it's not super sophisticated. It was just, oh, this goes over a face. I'm the closest individual with a face to this right now. Yep.
Of course, I believe you caught the katana, or the lightsaber hilt that looks like a katana hilt.
Yes.
In midair.
As it was thrown.
As another sidebar, I just tested my blood sugar and it's at 41. So I'm going to mute myself and take a quick moment.
You do that.
Go correct that.
Thanks, Liv.
We had talked about how this thing was designed for two hands, but did not have the cumbersome quality. Can I dual wield it with my regular lightsaber?
Yeah, you can. It's just,
Okay.
You can dual wield it with a regular lightsaber if you wanted to have it, or unless somebody else, somebody with who might benefit from that increased damage would like it.
Yeah.
And considering the crystal in it, I believe, is fully.
Yeah, I don't have all the details on the lightsaber. I just know that it was a great saber, which makes it more damaging.
It has a fully upgraded Dentari crystal.
That's it, yes. Fully tuned Dentari crystal.
Nerys doesn't want to switch out their lightsaber. I'm emotionally attached to it.
And I believe the fully tuned Dentari crystal, along with the great saber hilt itself, makes it like a crit damage. 1, damage 10 lightsaber.
Let me, if I can find the great saber, it's in Endless Vigil.
Great saber adds +1 to the damage of any crystal that's in it.
Lightsabers.
And
that's a crossguard. Dentari crystal is base damage 7, critical rating 2. Character using a lightsaber with Dentari crystal may spend force points to recover 2 strain. That's relevant for me.
That's useful.
And it has 2 +1 damage mods. So with the great saber, it adds +3 to the damage. Makes it 10.
Damage 10 and damage critical rating reduced to 1.
To 1. So yeah, it's a 10 crit. It's a 10 crit. And it has the dual phase modification attached to it. The fully
which lets you get around someone's difficulty for one attack in a scene.
The next attack that turn made by the character using this weapon ignores the target's melee defense. Yeah,
that's it.
Once per encounter. I think that's it. That's all I had was the superior hilt quality. So it also has the superior quality, which increases its damage yet further. So it's actually 11 damage. Crit 1 with an auto advantage.
Which sounds like the kind of weapon I want to duel the Wrath with. But I also like my main weapon because it provides me 3 melee defense.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't provide you the defense that you have with your main melee. This is a all offense all the time sword.
So, because dual wielding is very useful when you're dual wielding 2 of the same thing. Having the all offense all the time for my main hand and my all defense all the time for my offhand makes me very good. If no one has any objection to that.
No, it would require I actually be able to hit something with it. And we all know that's never fucking happening, so.
That said, I don't think I want to get rid of my Lordian gemstone because it gives me the defensive quality in my lightsaber, which is in my twin blade. So the only question of what to do here is what to do with the Crate Dragon Pearl. Because it basically does the same thing as the Dantari crystal with all of its upgrades, except for the force power thing.
Great Dragon Crystal, currently, because it has no modifications attached to it, or it has not been upgraded at all, is a damage 9, crit rating 1, breach 1, sunder, and vicious 1.
Yeah, which would basically round up to the same stats on the Great Saber if you were to swap the crystals out. It would still be damage 11 because it would have superior and the Great Saber quality and still be crit 1. And then gain vicious 1 and lose the force power regaining thing.
Lose the strain regaining, yeah.
Yeah.
But when fully upgraded, the Crate Dragon Pearl gets another point of damage and three
more ranks of vicious.
Make it vicious 4. For those not familiar with the term, vicious is an item quality that increases the amount of the rating of any critical hit by 10 for every level of vicious. So vicious 4 means that every critical hit that it generates is a 40 at base, and because it crits on a 1, only takes 1 advantage to increase that again by another 10, or to activate it and then 1 more to increase it again.
It's a pure murder weapon.
It is a thing. If you hit somebody with a Crate Dragon Pearl laden lightsaber, you roll enough advantage, you can very easily, if it's fully optimized, you can very easily roll in the hundreds on the first critical injury. It's what we call a Vorpal Blade.
I'm tempted to put the Crate Dragon Crystal into the Great Saber and give the Dantari Crystal to someone else. But at the same time, I can make very good use of that strain recovering when I'm using, say, battle meditation.
Okay, so everything we've picked up, where's it all gone?
Right now, it's sort of in a pool that you're sort of passing about to each other, except for the holocron, which Nereus is holding.
No, I'll kind of hold that because Esty wanted to look at it.
Yes.
Yeah, no one's fully laid claim to anything yet.
No, Corserath is just looking at the lightsaber, and that's pretty much it.
You turn it on?
Oh, yeah.
You're looking at it? So you
It explodes,
on.
we all die.
No, you turn on, and it forms this. You would swear it had an edge. Just by looking at it.
The lightsaber blade is shaped like a katana blade.
It does. It's not. It's not shaped like a katana blade, but it has this sort of visual illusion that it is, just by looking at it presumably from some aspect of the crystal, and it is pure white.
Mm-hmm. This is a good weapon. And might be a weapon to give me an edge over the Wrath should we come to blows.
Plunk looks.
That's the same modification that was in the lightsabers that they had at the beginning of the season. Actually, Jeremy.
Plunk looks.
The lightsaber to explode.
Yeah.
Plunk looks flat, kind of directly at Corserath. It's a lightsaber. They're all good weapons.
There is a gradient, my friend. There are improvements to be made, and this one is very finely tuned. If our old companion, our old Quarren companion, were still present, he could tell you for hours the fine details and intricacies of lightsaber crafting.
Would be ours.
But he's not with us.
No.
You don't have to sound so pleased about it, Avazia.
That talisman, what does that do again?
It renders one's body resistant to the properties of a lightsaber. It grants one the same properties as the armor or weapons of Cortosis would be granted. It also allows one's physical strikes to be honed with the Force to allow them to penetrate armor. Their hands.
I would like to take that.
So you can instinctively tell, Nereus,
Mm-hmm.
this item will not work if you are suppressing your force power. It is activated by the force power of the person wielding it.
Got it.
So if you're actively suppressing, it will have no effect.
Okay.
But aside from that,
You are
It's always
turning
on.
yourself into not a Force sensitive. It will not treat you as if you are a Force sensitive.
Yeah.
but it aside from that, it's always active. You don't have to activate it. It's just there. You are Cortosis now.
Corsair sort of holds up the Great Dragon Pearl. This will make someone's lightsaber very dangerous, I say. Sort of turning it over in his hand. Avazia, would you prefer this over the Barab ingot you're using?
I'll take it, but only if no one else wants it.
I'm happy with my crystal.
All right, Avazia will take it.
Yeah, I don't really use my lightsaber.
So you don't have to. You can replace your lightsaber crystal without having to make any rolls or anything like that.
Okay.
So your Barab ingot. I don't know if your Barab ingot was upgraded at all.
It wasn't.
No.
So, I will go ahead and adjust your lightsaber values for you then.
Oh,
What book is the talisman from?
Core book.
It's in the core book.
Thanks.
Does this
Is the mask in any of the books?
Yeah, also in the core book. It's
Okay.
a modified version of the demon mask that's in the core book. It just doesn't
Okay.
care about alignment, basically,
I'll look
except
that
for
up.
just dropping your alignment by 10.
Does this lightsaber have a name at all that I can either glean from its signature or from any engravings on it?
You do. There is a name on it. Make me what like would you say how fluent would you say you are in the more rare languages of the galaxy?
I feel like he's fairly fluent in a lot of esoteric languages, and even if he doesn't speak all of them, he probably recognizes them.
Okay. You recognize that it is Thirsian, which is the language spoken by the Achani.
Mm.
Or one of the languages spoken by the Achani, anyways.
He would probably not be fluent in that, but at least know a few things.
And it is effectively it's effectively the word, the way you would read it is Nilo, Nilo, which translates roughly to 0.
Mm-hmm. The blade's name is Nilo. And a damage 11, crit 1. Great saber. Which book is the great saber in?
Oh, Avasia, you've been swinging your lightsaber with Brawl this whole time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that not correct?
No, it should be lightsaber.
Sorry.
Whoops.
Just been hacking like taking an
Just
axe.
been punching
sort of-
people with the hilt.
Yeah,
constantly.
yeah.
I feel like that's what she would do, though.
I mean,
It's how she fights.
All right, I have fixed it.
Thank you.
she's just been putting, but like doing like the thing you do when you're walking to your car with keys. She's just been putting it between her hands and just.
Has 3 hard points, 2 of which are taken up by the crystal.
It actually has an extra hard point.
Oh, has it been given the extra hard point modification?
Yeah, because otherwise it wouldn't be able to have the superior
Customizable.
Yeah. It is a highly tuned weapon.
Yes.
It's the lightsaber equivalent of like a top tier, like a top tier Ferrari, like custom built Ferrari.
Yeah, because superior takes 1 and dual face takes 1. That's right.
And doesn't have the cumbersome quality. All right, so the lightsaber has been claimed. The Krayt Dragon Pearl has been claimed. So natively, Avasia, when you put the Krayt Dragon Pearl into your lightsaber before you attune to it, before you like sort of attune the color and shift the phase, the color that it emits is this sort of deep golden amber. Light it up. If you wish to change that color, you can just by focusing your force power into it.
She's gonna keep that color.
Okay. And of course, Wrath, are you adjusting the color of the white lightsaber at all?
No, I think he'll retain that as well.
So remaining, there is a handful of parts, which can be used to scavenge together. Did I give a specific number of upgrades,
No.
Jack?
For the Dentari crystal?
No, the parts.
Oh, for the parts?
Yeah.
No, you did not.
So the parts there are high enough quality that you can use them to create. You can each use them if you so desire to add 1 modification of your choice to any lightsaber. There's enough there for all of you, for all of you to have 1. So long as you have the hard points, obviously, to add it to your lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that does include the superior quality for anyone that wants that. So you've got those parts that you can decide on. You've got the robes that nobody's claimed yet, and you've got the mask that Plunk is currently wearing, and the holocron that nobody's deciphered yet.
Can I use the parts to repair my
Yeah, if you want to choose, if you want to
lightsaber?
use the parts
Or-
to repair your lightsaber instead, you can do that.
not my lightsaber's fine. Yeah. But repair my blaster.
That you just need to like spend some downtime doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say that you can also instead of adding a modification, you can also repair a damaged lightsaber back to new condition from wherever it's at, if you so desire.
well, that sounds like a thing I'm doing because
Alrighty.
damage.
Yeah. Can I try? Because we tried looking at this thing, and I think Estee also didn't roll well on that.
I did not roll yet.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting for everything else to get
Go
done.
yeah.
Also work
Sorry.
out.
I will
Um,
go ahead.
before I look at
Oh, the holocron, yeah.
I will try to activate the holocron.
Go ahead.
Dope.
See how this goes.
More diff-
You know what? We've got enough light side points. Why not?
There you go.
Might not be a complete disaster. Lord, diff 3. Nope.
Oh,
You sort of sit down there and focus on it, and there's something about this holocron that's particularly encrypted. You're not able to figure out exactly how to. You particularly know that you have to like use the force to activate it,
Right.
but you're not able to figure out exactly what sort of flow you have to use on it.
that was my question. Can I use Seek to like probe at that thing?
So Plunk grabs the holocron and
You
out
need
of
difficulty.
SD's.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops! There's no difficulty in there. I was
Very
like,
difficulty, yeah.
hang on a second. Yep, no, I put it in and I forgot to click out. Let's try that again. Plunk's gonna try and grab the holocron and take a look at it. Then, nope, he doesn't know either.
None of us are lore characters.
No.
Nope, Josh is gone.
Can I use Seek to like prod, like psychically prod at this thing?
Nope.
Okay. Huh.
We can take them. We can try take another look at it later.
Yeah, you can look at it. If Corserath and Avasia don't feel like trying.
I'll give it a shot. Why not?
I mean, I'll try. What's the difficulty on it?
3.
3.
Lore.
Difficulty 3 lore.
Not if
Nope.
will know what it is.
That's true. Hot Defending would be able
Nope.
to open it. But then, if anything else happens other than just getting information,
Yeah.
it would happen.
Yeah, exactly. Wait until we get a good rest and we can give it another go. I don't honestly, now that I remember what my stealth suit does,
Right?
the robes would only add 1 soak from what I already have.
They would add defense.
I have defense of 1.
Okay.
The stealth suit is soak 1, defense 1. So it would only add 1 soak and take away something I've literally never used.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, they would be an improvement to Plunk's, so he'll probably take the robes if nobody else wants them.
Go for it.
Can I use, rather than adding an extra attachment to a lightsaber, can I put a modification on one of my lightsaber's attachments with the materials we've got?
Yeah.
Cool. Because I want to modify my Lordian gemstone because it has no modifications and I can make it even more defensive.
Go ahead. Add one plus 1 to whatever mod you would like on that. Ollie, what would you like to do with your parts?
You know what? Rather than giving it an extra rank of defensive, I'm going to give it a rank of deflection. Because there are 2 deflections and 1 defensive mods on there,
There you go.
which will up my range defense.
So you can use it to add a modification to your lightsaber, or add an attachment to your lightsaber, or you can use it to restore your lightsaber to new condition from the fairly damaged condition it's in.
I'm gonna do that. I'd like to restore it to new.
All right, so go ahead and take it from moderately damaged to new. I think SD also did for their lightsaber. And if Nerees and Plunk don't feel like upgrading or modifying their lightsabers, they can give those parts to others if you so desire.
Let me see what Plunk might be able to do with his. Do you remember which book the unstable kyber crystal's in?
I can tell you.
I believe it's unlimited
it is,
power.
'cause I've got a character generator thing.
I believe it's unlimited power. Let me check.
Yes, unlimited power, page 55. It has no modification options.
I was gonna say I feel like it wasn't able to be modified, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, because you could just grab an extra force point off of it, which you
It's
haven't been
right.
doing.
Right, because he's got enough so far, and I don't want things to turn off just in case. But you never. Either way.
But I mean, if someone doesn't want to use their modification, I will gladly put more defense on my fucking lightsaber.
Yeah, go for it.
I
Plunk
mean-
will let you use his parts.
So to be clear, beyond the talisman is Nuri says. Who took the dragon crystal?
Avasia has the
Vasia has the dragon crystal.
yeah.
You took the great lightsaber.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Plunk has the robes and mask right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put defensive on my lightsaber as well.
Because I was going to say the other option is
Does your lightsaber crystal have a defensive upgrade mod to it?
No, I don't think so.
So how are you adding defensive to it? William's doing it by upgrading a lightsaber crystal.
Oh, okay, I see. Sorry, this is why I don't like to do these while we're doing a stream because
fine.
it's super.
If you
don't
want to save
know
it to
what the
later, you
things
can do
are.
that. It's fine.
Yep, I will save it for later.
the other option is for either Avasi or me. Instead of repairing our current weapon, we could take our crystal, put it in the hilt you no longer using.
Yeah,
Unless
actually,
you plan on dual wielding it.
I
in
plan
which
to dual
case-
wield my crossguard saber and the great saber. But if one of you wants to take my wrist shoto, absolutely.
You can go ahead and do that.
Because then we still have a modification that we can use because we didn't have to repair a
Mhm.
broken
And you
hilt.
can also repair your hilt through rolls, but that's the parts is just to do it without having to roll.
Fair. Because
Yes.
that's something, repairing is something that we can either kind of do whenever or completely bypass. Modification is very specific.
Yeah, modification costs money and time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you want, William, go ahead and give Jeremy the stats for your Shoto.
Cool.
Give me just half a second here.
Just type it out for
Yeah, just type it out.
Yeah, 1 second.
No. Assassin's Creed lightsaber.
Yeah.
I mean, it fits.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the mostly silent and hard to detect lightsaber and the Assassin's Creed style lightsaber.
Yep.
Right, we're gonna have to cut off one of your fingers though.
Don't worry, the lightsaber does it for you. It's very efficient.
Okay, go. That comes
I was gonna
standard.
say, you literally have a lightsaber strapped to your. I think that's just gonna happen at some point.
Though actually, I think it was on the outside, not the inside, but still.
Right. Mhm. Close enough.
So how many hard points does the Gauntlet integration of the Dragite Crystal take?
The Gauntlet integration takes 3, Dragite takes 2, so it's all 5 hard points are
Okay.
consumed with the.
You can pull it out of the Gauntlet if you want to get three fresh hard points and add something else to it. Or you can upgrade the Dragite Crystal that's in it.
Okay, I'll take a look at that now.
Yeah, you can do that whenever you don't have to do it right now.
Yep.
So you've swapped around some items. You've assigned out everything you've got. You've got an empty farmhouse right now. Some robes that Avasia and Korsrath would recognize as Revanite robes.
Mm-hmm.
And a Sith Mask. A Sith Mask and an Achani lightsaber. And a Jedi Holocron.
I think as a Shoto, it reduces the damage of whatever crystal's in it by 1, but
Yeah, which is why it's 6
Yes, they
instead
didn't
of 7.
do that. Which is what mine is anyway. So
Are we all done here at this farm, or?
Yeah, I think we were talking about we're gonna go back and see if we finally have our meeting. If not, then we happily march off to what's next.
Weeding Sarlaccs again, probably. Anyway.
For certain death.
Not quite certain.
Rip them up by the roots.
You did learn something from that fight.
Yes, the existence of neck ghouls.
And also,
How to pull a Sarlacc.
And also,
to refresh memories, when the force-using rat ghoul died, the
Mhm.
aura of hunger it was emitting vanished, and you all felt less of that.
See, it's already better here. What do we need to do? We have done our duty.
I
Let's
appreciate
return.
your taking the opportunity to try and push that line.
If
Oh, right. Yeah, the Shoto reduces the damage by 1, but gives an accurate 1 as a quality.
look, we've already
Yeah, the overall sort of global hunger hasn't reduced all that much, but
Mhm.
the more localized version of it has.
yes, it has. I can feel it.
You don't have a stomach.
No, I still feel hungry. It
Is that like one of those
very
phantom
hungry.
pain things?
Yes.
Phantom limb, phantom
I'm-
gastrointestinal system?
Phantom.
I do think the only
so.
thing practically we need to be concerned about that is, can you potentially form teeth? Because it doesn't matter if you have a stomach or not.
I don't want to test that.
Neither do I.
Let's go.
All right. And potentially come back.
So by let's go, do you mean you're going to rest for the night so you can recover some strain and wounds, or are you just
That
going to
would
head
be
right out into
good.
the wilderness?
Nope. Let's.
I assume there are rooms here. You said this was a house.
You're currently in a bedroom, yes.
Okay.
Plunk, I need
Plunk will
some-
make a nest under the cot or whatever bed Esty was most recently in.
Looks sort of a. It's sort of a double wide, looks almost like somebody stacked 2 twin mattresses together and then threw a sheet over it.
Modular bed.
Yeah.
Yep. Scramble under there and start snoring.
I poke
Gary's
you.
desperately trying to get Plunk's attention.
Yeah.
I need assistance repairing myself.
Hey. Grabs whatever scrap he's got.
Sweet.
Are you above or below half?
Below.
Below, which means it's difficulty 2, I want to say.
Is it the same as medical checks?
I'm gonna use a light side for this.
I don't know
Boop.
off the top of my head.
I think it's the same as for medical
If
checks.
it's
Yeah.
the same as medical, then it's easy check 1.
Oh, just one? Okay.
Yep.
Well, that makes life easier then. And upgrade once for the light side point. And mechanics. Boop.
That is exactly what I needed.
Hey, there you go. I'll get you patched up.
Sweet.
little bit of solvent, a little bit of lube.
Before completely settling down to rest, Korsarath will sort of stand in an open area and practice his Makashi Jarkai with both of these weapons.
Plunk will find debris to throw at Korsarath to give him some targets.
It's a little awkward, mostly because you're now realizing how heavy your crossguard lightsaber is in comparison to this other one, which is odd considering it should be the heavier one.
Yeah.
But it moves elegantly in your hand.
So the cross guard lightsaber moves into the offhand to let him use his main hand with the great saber.
And you're sort of as you're practicing, you're realizing that the mechanical, like the electromagnetic crossguard you've got on this one, significantly adds to the weight. Which is why it's defensive.
I can take the first one.
Okay. Goes to bed.
Wake me after a while. I'll take a second one.
I'll take the one after you.
Right. And Nerys will go and ever door and a good vantage point from what we've seen.
Okay, so you get into a spot where you can sort of see over the courtyard of the farm.
Yep.
The evening passes. You all get the benefits of sleep, so your strain is restored. Those of you that were injured regain 1 wound. Nothing untoward happens in the night.
And we recover how much strain again?
All strain.
Okay, cool.
I now have a range defense of 3 to complement my melee defense of 4, by the way.
Fantastic.
Know what book the Dragite gem is in, because
I believe it's a core book.
I'm trying to compare it to my Ghostfire crystal, and I'm
1 second.
probably switching it out, but I just want to make sure.
Dragite gem, is core book, pages 196 and 197. It starts on 196, but most of it's on 197.
Okay, here we go. So it would lose 1 damage, but lose 1 crit, which is good. And I would lose disorient, but still have preventing people from parry. Yeah.
And if your ghost crystal has modification options on it, you could also improve your ghost crystal.
This is true. I can
also improve the Dragite crystal.
raise the damage to counteract that problem.
Yeah. Or
also,
you could raise the damage
ghost
of the
crystal
Dragite.
only requires 1 hard point, for the Dragite requires 2.
You have an extra hard point.
Yep. Well, there's that.
So yeah, you could leave it. You could leave it in the gauntlet formation and still have an extra hard point.
Yep. Take disorient out.
You could use those parts to upgrade the crystal, or you could use those parts to give it the superior quality.
Which does what?
Superior weapon modification gives weapon superior quality. Superior quality ups its damage by 1 and makes it automatically generate an advantage whenever you attack with it.
Well, there we go.
It's a good one.
Swap the Ghostfire crystal out for the Dragite into the gauntlet. The damage would go down. But you'd have that 1 extra hard point that you could then put into superior. Which increases your damage back up by 1, so your damage would stay at 6.
Superior is a quality, right?
Yeah, it's a
quality. Yeah, superior is a quality.
Yeah, increases your damage and gives you automatic advantage. Item quality.
Or 1A, I think that does it.
Also, we need to remember that Sunder only takes 1 advantage to activate.
Yeah.
We can be breaking people's shit constantly.
And all of the hard points are then consumed. Cool.
Yes, you could be lightsabering people's things apart like lightsabers do, if you desired. So, you rest, you repair, get back up. And you head out immediately back towards base?
I think that's where we would be directing ourselves. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
We gotta
So
turn
go
in our
ahead and
mission.
Roll me a D100 as you enter back into the wilds.
I'll do it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
84.
Ooh. 4.
That seems bad.
It's either bad or good.
I'm concerned by
No.
John's expression.
Yeah.
Distinctly
I did not get
higher.
a chance to see John's expression, so I will take your word for it.
The Great Dragon arrives, hunting for that pearl.
Oh no.
It
That's-
almost seemed like a look of surprise.
That's true. The Great Dragon thing was one of the high ones. I remember because
I'm
'Cause-
really concerned.
it was specific. The breakdown was specifically told to us at one point.
Only you could remember it.
He made a joke about a Great Dragon appearing, but
I don't think it was a joke.
I think I made the joke about the Great Dragon appearing, actually. I think it was just like a hard fight was supposed to be a thing that happens.
We'll find out, I guess.
84.
Thing is, Great Dragons are only native to Tatooine.
Doesn't mean.
Listen, we don't know what.
I mean,
Shit
rancors
happened.
aren't native to Tatooine, yet you find them there.
I find it probably is very difficult to try and domesticate or capture a Great Dragon.
Listen, you get
That's
one
why
as a
we
pet.
should be worried by whatever has.
You get one as a pet and you think, oh, it's gonna be cute. It's gonna stay nice and small, and it's this nice little like alligator sort of thing, and then it just keeps getting bigger, and you let it loose in the sewer, and then
next thing you know, you've got a
happen.
Clifford the Big Red Dog situation.
Well, the terrifying
Or
thing is Great
alligator.
Dragon is a blanket term for a lot of very different giant monsters on Tatooine.
Coming to space Netflix this summer. Great Dragon King.
Oh God.
Watch that.
I would 1,000% watch that
All right, so
just to watch the idiot get eaten by his dragon.
as you are moving, heading back towards the forward operating base.
I should point out that the Great Dragon you see in Knights of the Old Republic that is like enormous, it looks like the size of a building. It's one of the smaller Great Dragons. It's a canyon
Uh-huh.
crate.
Plunk is not out front.
I mean, I tend to
As-
be more scouty, so probably am.
As you're heading out, so if you're heading out front, Esty, go ahead and give me a what's the skill? What's the skill? I always forget. Is perception a skill in this?
Yes. I think
Yes.
I think so.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception skill.
Okay.
Yes, it is a perception and it is a cunning skill.
Div 2.
Yes.
You're like, no, diff 9.
Actually, hang on. I just remembered how opposed checks work.
Uh-oh.
So the difficulty is going to be the difficulty is going to be 2 red, 1 purple.
I'm sorry, what?
If 3 upgraded twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but
Something sneaky, apparently.
Something
Well,
with
he
decent
did
agility and a
try.
couple ranks in stealth.
y'all gonna love Chi-Chi. I
You see
mean,
it.
There you go.
you got a success.
Whatever it is, you see it.
I see my death coming to me.
So as you are out scouting, you see what looks to be something invisible. And you only know that it's invisible because you can sort of see the light refracting around it. It looks, for all intents and purposes, to be sort of like looks almost like a mound, or there would be a mound wherever it's at, just laying off the side of the road, a little ways ahead.
Put a hand up. Slowly back up.
Get my lightsaber out.
Come back. There's something hiding over there. Something big.
You think our Wookiee friend? Do you think our Wookiee friend has come back?
I should say, in as far as mound is concerned, not like a massive one, but like you would imagine it to be size at the most size 2, so like a land speeder maybe.
Okay. So we're not talking a mound like the size of a laundry basket. We're talking a mound like the size of a Volvo.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's better than what I was thinking. So
Right. A mound the size of roughly, Manhattan.
Look, we're not fighting Cloverfield monster.
Ooh.
Hasn't seen us yet.
How do you know you're not fighting Cloverfield monster?
Because the Cloverfield monster is the size of a fucking skyscraper.
Yeah, but that could just be its toe you're seeing.
Right.
I was going to say, we have some experience in recent moments with things that are much bigger than they appear from the surface level.
Iceberg situation.
Okay. Well, but
Could be
murder or
non-hostile. I'm not going to put odds on it. Considering
non-hostile
this planet.
in this economy.
I was going to say, I'm not putting
Everything is
odds on
hostile
it
here.
on this planet, but maybe.
We try to kill it or sneak by it.
I can throw a rock at it from real far away.
Or you could toss it. That was very effective.
Or
We also don't know if it's a threat yet.
correct. Or something we could use, or someone that could help.
That's why I was thinking the rock. It's not big. Won't hurt too much.
I will. Okay. Y'all wait back. Get ready to shoot or kill or whatever. I'm not going to get too close. But I will get far enough away that if there's like a massive attack, it doesn't hit all of us and standing in one spot. And I will try to call out to it. That's my thought.
Okay.
As good a plan as any.
All right.
Try not to die.
That's my hope. I like being alive.
Be ready to duck.
Fair point. So yeah, I will walk up, open, out of in the open. Keep at least a range band away.
Okay.
Hi.
As you get to roughly the range band away, and you raise your hand and go high, you hear a beeping sound roughly at your feet.
Oh, mother.
Uh,
I was right. Probably.
The point we just hear it say something about the Minar, and
You hear something in Shiriwook.
all right.
But it's like a weird kind of Alabama sort of sheer.
Right.
Beep, 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 beep.
God.
Y'all watch as a mine
damn!
explodes next to Estes' feet.
Oh boy.
As this ancient mine layer droid surfaces from range band away, its mine having been set off. The mine deals 12 damage. You can soak it, though.
Okay, so I take 9.
All right. It doesn't do any crit or anything. It just deals 12 damage when it goes off.
Yep.
Unfriendly.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah. Not friend. Not friend.
I want to fire at it.
Fucking kill it.
So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Is this vigilance or cool?
We're all aware of this potentiality,
Okay.
So question before we get started.
Yes.
Do we want to spend do you want me to spend our 2 destiny points to determine round 1 initiative? I can literally just make it go last and we all get our shots in before it can do anything. And then standard initiative hits.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I like that plan.
It'll wipe out all of our destiny left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can give.
Sure, why
We
not?
can give
Okay.
Sen some points to play with.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Did we get a chance to do our repairs on weapons, by the way? I don't know if we were supposed to roll on that.
Oh, yeah, you could have, but
Faster.
we did a mechanics check. Difficulty based on the how damaged it is.
It was just mine was just minor.
Yours was actually just unloaded, wasn't it?
Weapon maintenance, minor is a diff 1.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, yours was unloaded, which isn't damage. I don't think. It's
Oh,
just...
maybe that was on my lightsaber then. So
Yeah,
I'll
your
have
lightsaber
spent
should
my
get minor
lightsaber thing.
damage.
Okay, that was my fault. I didn't
Okay,
do the right thing. So
So yeah, diff 1 mechanics check then.
cool. Well, no, I would have spent the parts I had to not have to do the roll.
Okay,
Just-
okay, cool.
I just spent it on
Gotcha, gotcha,
repairing my lightsaber.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
Before we get into combat, did anyone else want to try repairing your other lightsabers? I know Avasia just used a thing on it, but did you want to try to repair your others?
I didn't have anything damaged, so I'm good.
Yeah, the only other person with a damaged lightsaber was Esty.
But I switched it out.
All right. So you still have to roll initiative, by the way.
Yes.
For SD just gets to determine the initiative
The first round order.
first round.
clear that.
You said it's cool. Okay.
Are
Do you- Do you use that after we roll initiative?
No, before.
Okay.
Are we
So if it
prepared
turns
for
out that we
this?
just end up rolling where all of us go before this thing anyway, and it's
Yeah,
just wasted.
unfortunately, that's the
Oh, hey.
to be fair, that doesn't seem too likely.
Mhm. Holly, we need your initiative.
I'm so sorry, zoned out.
Done. All right, so as of right now, it would be PC, NPC, PC. But I'm assuming you're going to use your ability.
Correct.
So everyone goes before the NPC.
Correct.
Does that permanently alter the?
No,
Only
no,
for the
that's
first
just
round.
first
Okay,
round.
it's just the first. Okay.
For the first round, it's like that.
Cool.
So as this thing, as the mine explodes and as something bursts out from the ground, you realize that silhouette 2 mound is actually bigger than you thought, as most of this thing seemed to have been buried in the ground. As this massive camouflaged, you all still can't quite see it because it's completely camouflaged. But you can tell the size based on how it disturbs the ground around it. It seems almost like a scorpion-esque creature, with these what seem to be very massive amounts of weaponry and a long, sweeping, spiked tail of some kind, flailing behind it, completely invisible. Or not completely invisible, but you can see again. You can see the refraction of light as it's passing through it, and the hole it left behind. As this massive thing just sort of bursts out of the ground, and you hear the mechanics of it going to work as something begins to charge up, and you can hear sort of energy cannons spinning up. First PC slot.
I would like to go first to provide
Kill
battle
it
meditation.
lots.
Yeah.
Or that.
I don't know how many. We're more than one range band away from this.
Yeah, yeah, you are.
SD is one range band away. The rest of you are. We'll say you were only one range band ahead for scouting, so the rest of you would be two range
That makes
bands.
sense.
Okay. So for now, battle meditation. Fuck. God damn it.
Unfortunately, you have no light side dice to
Yep.
spit. So
Can't do anything with
Course
that.
Wrath has nothing.
I will move and spend 2 strain for a second move.
So you move into engaged range with it.
Well, no, I moved to yes, engage range. No, yes. Sorry, I was just trying to do the range math in my head and confusing myself.
Plunk will go next.
Ahead.
One maneuver to get just one range band away from it. And 3. What's this thing's silhouette?
You can't. It's hard to tell
Okay.
at the moment, mostly because you can't really see it. Make me a perception check.
Difficulty.
This is difficulty. Still active. 2 red, 1 purple. So difficulty 3 upgraded twice.
Okay.
Well,
Not sure. Okay.
A despair.
yes.
So with that despair, you move up and you actually can't be, mostly because you're viewing this through a magical mask that is giving you this exterior view of the world. You actually can't see it. You have no idea where it's at. You're not seeing the refractions that everyone else is seeing, so you've got nothing you can target.
Okay.
Really sure
Well,
where it
that's
is.
where I'm at then. He'll just fling a big chunk of rock in a random direction. Whee!
A boulder flies past you, Course-Wrath, narrowly missing you and getting nowhere near the target. All right.
All right.
Next PC slot.
I will go ahead and go.
Okay.
I will move up to it. And then I will attack it.
Right.
So I run up to it and then step on a mine halfway there.
You don't step out of mine halfway there now.
Okay. Oh, it's a mine droid. I was not putting past the possibility that there were mines, further
Fair.
mines out there.
Fair. There are. It's just that you haven't run into them yet.
It's going to pick me up and throw me at one of them. Then they are not instant.
All right.
well,
So you are
then I will
approaching
go
it.
ahead and yep.
It is a silhouette.
Move a range
Your
band up to
silhouette
it.
1. You're still at
Correct.
1. It's still at 3. So you have reduced difficulty to hit it.
Okay.
So your difficulty is reduced by 1. However, it has. It has 3 defense in melee, and adversary 2. So 3 setback dice, 1 difficulty, upgraded twice.
3.
So 3 black, 1 purple, upgraded twice.
Yeah, 3 black, 1 purple, upgraded twice. All right. We will see how this goes. There's 1.
1 success. All right.
6 damage.
Yeah. So yeah, you shank into it, and you bite steel. It does not seem to be made of cortosis or anything like that. It takes the full amount of damage,
Good.
which is good because it has a 10 soak, but breach just ignores that exactly.
And that's everything. That's my new maneuver, and that's my action.
All right. So next PC slot.
Vazio, will go ahead and go.
Yep.
I'm just going to spend some strain so I can move up within range of this thing.
All right, so you move 2. Get into engaged range. Are you going to try to attack it?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and make your perception check to see if you can accurately target it.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
2 red, 1 purple. No, difficulty 3 upgraded twice.
Wait, you said 2 red, 1 purple?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so you can't accurately figure out exactly where it's at. So you're gonna have increased difficulty targeting it. So rather than the ST didn't because ST had plotted it. So you have 2 difficulty, 3 setback dice, upgraded twice to hit.
Okay. 2 difficulty, 2 setback dice.
2 difficulty, 3 setback dice.
Oh, 3. Sorry.
3 black, 2 purple, upgraded twice.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's a miss, but a triumph.
Single triumph.
So what would you like to use that triumph on that affects only you and not the enemy?
You
Can I
can
give-
upgrade any allied character's next check if you so desire.
Can I give myself an advantage to perception for next turn?
Yeah, you can choose yourself as the person for that, so
Yeah.
you can upgrade your next.
I'm gonna do
Perception.
that.
Last PC slot.
All right. I'm moving up. I can see this thing, but it's weird. I'm going to start using flow. I'm gonna commit 1 to that. Let's see. I have a question. Can I use Seek's the one that's for non-living things?
Yes.
Can I try and do that this turn to kind of like figure out
You know where
it
it's
is in
at.
space?
You know
Okay.
where it's at. It's
Mhm.
targeting is the like visually targeting it is the
Okay.
issue.
Okay. All right. I will take some strain to move up to engage then.
Okay.
Three. Something. And I'm going to try and hit it. I make a perception check.
Yep. Go ahead.
Difficulty
Difficulty 3 upgraded twice.
3. Upgraded twice. Okay. Got one.
Hey, yeah, you can accurately make it out, so you get normal difficulty. So difficulty
Okay.
1, 3 setback, upgraded twice.
Difficulty 1. Upgraded twice, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, difficulty's reduced because it's so much bigger than us, right?
All right. Lightsaber, here we go. Hey! That's 10.
Right? Yep, that's 10 damage.
Breach, that's my turn.
Make Yeah.
Oh, as I realize I still have a critical wound. Oh, well. That's fine. It'll be fine.
I mean, who doesn't at this point?
Yo.
Stop showing off.
I hate you just a little bit.
Oh, it's okay because there are 4 of you in melee with it right now.
Indeed.
So it's gonna
Plunk's not. I don't know
That's
if anybody else is.
Plunk being the 5th person in the
Plunk
party
being the 5th. Okay.
is the only person not.
I was
engaged.
away for a second.
It proceeds to reveal its 15 arms and attacks each of us 3 times.
I was imagining it just sticks
No.
knives out of it and spins.
there is a swooping sound. It's still invisible, so it gets a boost. An upgrade. Of the 4 of you, who has the highest melee defense?
My
Oh,
melee
of course.
defense is 1.
Mine's 2.
-4.
Okay. I'm gonna spin.
Light side.
What?
Oh, hey, we got a light side back.
Oh yeah, you do. Congratulations.
Well,
Ow.
That's not good.
All right, so
Jesus Christ.
Yeesh.
I'm going to spend 1 triumph to activate the sweep quality, which means it's going to affect everybody in engaged range with it.
Cool.
Critical 0 means what?
Oh, sorry, it doesn't have critical 0. Sorry, it has critical 3. I forgot to
Better.
fill that in.
To be fair, there's another triumph there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So, it's going to deal 12 damage to everyone in melee, pierce 4, or
Which
to everyone in
means
engaged
if-
range, pierce 4,
So 4 soak do not
or
apply.
soak less. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's actually going to use
except for Nereus, who has the cortosis quality.
except for
Oh,
Nereus,
yeah.
exactly. Actually,
Cool.
cortosis, just to let you.
Cortosis ignores pierce and breach.
Breach. Yep.
It doesn't. Hang on.
Immune to pierce and breach qualities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it just let you add your soak. It's actually completely immune to it.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it does let you add your soak. That's why it's immune to it. Yeah. Nope, you're right. I wasn't thinking. Yeah, except for Nereus, who has the cortosis
Cool.
quality. So I was going to spend 1 triumph to activate sweep, and 1 triumph to activate a crit. The crit only applies to one of you, unfortunately, so it's going to apply to Corserath.
Okay.
Because
I'm going to
because
parry
you're the one with
this.
you're the one with the highest melee damage. So current or with the highest melee defense. So it's currently 12 damage. Pierce 4. And it's going to crit you. It has vicious 4, so that crit's gonna be plus 40 if any of the damage gets through.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely going to get through, but I'm reducing it by 7.
For the
It
record,
pierces all of my soak.
Yes.
my wound threshold is 12. I have 21 wounds.
How?
Because I took 9 damage from the mine.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Ow.
So you get to roll a crit too.
Yes, I do.
I take
And
5.
the crit does result from the tail swipe hit, so it is vicious 4.
It is vicious 4 for this too. Okay.
Yep, because it resulted
Plus-
from the same ability.
Oh, good. Well, I'm certainly glad I have 3 critical injuries already.
Oh boy.
Plus 40 for both of you.
I mean, that could be. That's not good.
That's Corsarath.
Oh, that's Corsath. Why did mine not roll?
That's not yours.
Oh my gosh.
Why did mine not roll?
Congratulations, Corsarath. You're the new Jash.
Mm.
Okay.
What?
Congrats. You've rolled John's roll.
Oh no.
Also on the last.
So, well, it gets to make another
Okay.
attack on you.
Well,
It's the same dice pool, so you still get my melee defense.
I'm sorry.
y'all are gonna
Sounds
love
sorry.
the Ewok. I swear to God.
So this is what happens first: is that invisible tail sweeps through, and Corsarath, you're not used to fighting invisible enemies.
Holy
especially
shit.
Invisible droids.
It doesn't specify which limb.
No, it doesn't. It's swinging. You're facing it. It's swinging from its left, so it's going to hit you on the right arm.
I was gonna say, oh, it's your head.
So
That is a limb.
as you're preparing to defend, you feel something heavy and spiked slam into your right side, and you feel the arm rip. Just Avasia, you watch as your husband's arm goes flying, along with his body as Corsarath is bowled over.
Gosh.
The rest of you in engaged, take that damage as well, and Esty just goes flying as the tail passes through Corsarath, smashes into Esty, and then you watch as it flips around and comes down towards Esty, who's currently in midair. So I'm going to use the same attack rather than using a different one.
Is there a point? I'm pretty sure the
It
answer
is the
no,
same dice
but
pool, so it
is
also
there
gets
a
my
point
defense.
Yeah. it
At
does.
is there a point at wounds where you're just like
No. It just takes longer.
you can
and
take
longer
like
for
a
you to recover.
1,000 wounds
There's
in
no-
one attack?
There is no maximum wound threshold. It's just that the more damage you take, the more.
Oh, that's true. I'll be like
you
functionally out
increasingly
of.
crit. Yeah.
I'll be in a coma for 9,000 years.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, the more damaged you are, the longer it takes to get you back to moving.
So it can still functionally remove you from the game.
Yeah.
Or you just get the death.
Yeah, or
Right.
eventually they just deal so many crits to you that you are just dead.
This is fair.
All right. So it's the same pool. So I don't make any modifications. They fail to hit you on.
Miss.
They fail to hit you on the crackback though.
Oh,
The two setback dice that did nothing did something.
thank fucking God.
Is Esty unconscious?
Esty
Yeah.
is unconscious.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
As Esty's body is
Okay,
flying
I'm
through
just-
the air, the invisible droid does not manage to strike them from on high, and the tail misses as Esty's body collapses to the ground further away.
Unconscious is a nice way of putting it. I'm
Uh-huh.
9 over threshold.
Is Corsarath still conscious?
Oh yes, he's nowhere near his
Okay.
wound threshold.
He's nowhere.
He just lost an arm.
He just lost an arm that was
Yeah,
holding one of his lightsabers.
When Avasia sees that, Avasia, who is usually very focused during battle, lets out a scream.
Uh-oh.
If I may, because this is educating Corsarath as well, screaming in absolute frustration but maintaining his motion as the one arm goes flying, the other lightsaber flying into the air. very split-second decision. The crossguard lightsaber drops from his hand as the main lightsaber flips through the air, and he catches it with his offhand, and he just turns that on and is about to go to town with this fucking aggressive lightsaber. He's dropped all defense.
All right, so top of the round, first PC slot.
I would like to get my vengeance.
Good news is I don't
Sure.
have any
Let's
string.
run. We should run.
So your right arm is gone, so you're holding it left arm. Left
Yes,
hand.
that's why I get a setback on all other actions.
So go ahead and make a perception check to firmly identify where this thing is.
So diff 3 upgraded twice with a setback die.
You're kind of in a lot of pain right now. That's the fun thing. Like, wounds mechanically are only a measure of how awake you are, not how much damage you've taken. Your critical injuries are a measure of how much damage you've taken.
I see the fucking thing.
Oh yeah, no, you've got fucking laser sights.
Cursor F is like, it's only a flesh wound.
No, he's doing the Sith thing of deriving power from his pain.
I'm gonna say that because it took your arm off, your armor got damaged a step as well.
Okay.
Just because that seems thematically appropriate.
My armor has now got a moderate because it was minor.
All right, so yeah, you've got eyes on it.
So diff 1. What's the rest of it?
It is so 3 setback, diff 1, upgraded twice.
So 4 setback because I'm missing my arm.
So I imagine it does it not roll out automatically or no?
No. Fucking.
Oh, you don't
Wait,
have the
hang on.
automatic. You don't have the automatic advantage.
Oh, no, I
That would have
don't.
helped, but you don't. Yeah, you should put 1A in the modifiers.
Yeah, I should. Fucking.
Anyone that has a superior weapon.
Yep.
You miss. Unless you have an ability that lets you reroll that.
I use Destiny.
Doesn't it let you reroll.
I don't know what
Yeah.
Destiny
No,
fully
it
lets you
doesn't.
do.
No. Unfortunately not.
Hmm. Oh wait, no, I actually did not roll that dice pool right because I'm fighting one opponent. Which
What does
means
that
I get
mean?
my duelist training.
Which does what?
Gives me extra boost die.
Oh well, yeah, there you go. So add the boost die reroll.
Make sure to add the 1A.
Yeah. Duelist training adds a boost die to melee or lightsaber checks when engaged with only one opponent. I wanted to take my maneuver to aim, but I forgot about it because I lost my arm.
Makes sense.
Fucking son of a.
Wow.
Rolled better, not much. So yeah, you swing and it just shifts out of the way invisibly as you leap past it.
I'm regaining 3 strain.
All right, its turn. Oh look, there are still people in melee with it.
Well, my melee defense is now 1. Sorry. 2. Let me double check.
Double check.
Yeah, 1. Because I
What's
don't
your
have the
All right, so now oh no, Esty's. Yeah, if it activates sleep, it would hit Esty too, because Esty's still engaged.
Oh,
What is the what is the highest melee defense of the engaged enemies?
2.
Avazia is 2 at this
2,
point.
yeah.
I just have 1.
All right, so two melee defense.
1, but I don't think mine even counts.
All right, it's my turn to lose a limb.
It hasn't even it has several other weapons it could be using, but y'all all ran into engage with it, so it only has the one option.
Look, we're lightsaber wielding force users. What did you
Sure.
expect?
Well, if it had gone earlier, it would have maybe had another attack, but Tail Swipe it is. Is
I think now that I'm here and present, once per session may add 2 more setback dice to one NPC's skill check. I'm just gonna do sense advantage on this one, so it gets 2 more black dice.
Is it any skill check or a skill check targeting you?
Any skill check.
All right. Black or black dice?
Actually,
like-
no.
What?
Sorry. I need to make a correction.
Go ahead.
Never mind. Forget it. It's already done.
What was your correction?
I was going to upgrade its difficulty instead of regaining strain because I have faint. Except I realized I don't have faint, so never mind.
Also, you didn't hit him, so you can't affect.
No, it's when you miss, you can do faint.
Oh, okay. When you missed, nice. He missed anyways.
I do have faint. Never mind.
He is, however, going to spend that triumph to shift away. So he moves 1 range band away from the engaged enemies, and he spends those 3 advantages to do something else.
Oh, good.
Does he move? Because Corsorath got kind of pushed away. Does he
Corsair was
move
still in engaged range, though.
Oh, okay.
Corsair got knocked down he got knocked
Gotcha.
aside from the blow, but didn't actually move a range band.
Gotcha.
So he, you watch as it moves away, becoming slightly harder to detect now that it's moved. Next PC slot.
Vazir would like to go.
Sure.
All right. She's gonna swing at this thing.
You have to move towards it because it moved away.
Well, I will move towards
Oh,
it
no.
first.
All right. As you move towards it, about halfway towards it, you hear a
Right,
beep,
right.
beep, 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 beep
Yep,
sound.
just realized.
And you take 12 damage as a mine explodes under your feet.
I realized it like half a second
Can I
before
soak
you did,
that?
Holly.
You can soak it, yes.
Okay.
You have a soak of 7, so
Mm-hmm. Wait.
Velocia stomps on a mine and continues forward. So 12 damage minus 7
Okay.
makes it
5.
5.
Yeah. Okay.
how many wounds did you have when you started the day, Avazia?
0.
Why do you suddenly have 11?
No, I had 1. Sorry. And
Why
then
do
I
you suddenly
took
have
5.
11.
And it
Took
took
5.
10 from the
Yeah.
other one, and then 5 more. So 10 minus 7 is 3, plus 5 should be 8. 9.
Oh, we took
you had
12
one.
from that first one.
Well,
Oh, right, 12.
so it was
12.
No, I had
it was-
1.
So it should be 11.
I had 1 wound at the start of the day, and
Yeah.
then
12 minus 7 is 5.
yeah,
Plus
I
another
took
5
5,
from
and
this
then I
one.
just now took 5. Yeah,
so 11.
that's 11.
Okay.
Tail swipe, because I forgot that the bonus successes on the tail swipe made it 12. Yeah.
I
Okay,
hate to
what's
be the person didn't that have Pierce too? The
Yeah, it had Pierce
attack
4.
that hit us all.
It had
So
Pierce
you should
4.
actually be at 15.
Unless you parried it.
It didn't.
can I parry it?
Yeah, let's say you could parry it. So take 3 strain and however much you reduced it by.
Reduce the damage by the 3.
So
So
1
you're at
more, so you're
12.
at 12. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I didn't want to be that guy, but
Ultimately, still evens out though.
I
because
shot you a little.
yeah.
Gain 3 strain, gain 1 wound. Still 4 additional damage points. Just on 2 different tracks.
All right, what's the difficulty on this thing?
So first you need to perceive it. So make a perception check.
Right. And I was using my advantage from last turn to
Yeah,
have
you-
an advantage.
so, yeah.
So you get upgraded on your roll.
Or
Mhm.
upgrade on
So
upgrade on
yeah,
your roll.
upgrade your
So
Upgrade
difficulty
once.
is difficulty 3 upgraded twice, and then you get
Okay.
to upgrade your roll, your side of the roll as well.
Also, make sure you remove those setback dice.
I'm going to upgrade once. This is perception, yes.
Yes. Still not quite able to pinpoint exactly where it's at, but you can swing at it, well, invisibly. So the attack is going to be 3 setback dice, difficulty 2, upgraded twice.
While this is going on, she's going to yell at Corsorath, "We need to get out of here."
Miss it.
This thing isn't
You
hard
can
to
recover
hit.
some of that strain.
Yes,
Hard
I would
hit.
like
It's
to
also
recover
not
some
hard to
strain.
kill. You guys almost have it dead,
We're just rolling like shit.
and it's invisible. All right, next PC slot.
Plunk would like to go.
Please finish this fucking thing.
He's gonna move up one, and do I need to try and see it first? Is that what we've been
Yeah.
doing?
Mhm.
Okay. Which is
Perception check.
Percep-
Difficulty 3, upgraded twice.
difficulty 3 upgraded
Yeah,
twice.
so basically,
Okay.
mechanically, you have to whenever it moves, you have to perceive it at its new
Heyo!
location. If you perceive it, you attack it at normal difficulty. If you fail to perceive it, you attack it at slightly increased difficulty. Plunk rolled a despair on his failure, so didn't see it at all previously, but this time you see it.
And with a triumph, what can I spend that on?
You can upgrade your throwing attack if you want to make yourself better at hitting it with things.
So here's the thing, though. I'm not planning on hitting it with anything. I'm planning on using force move and just throwing it extremely high in the air, if I can. So that's not going to take a particular. That's not going to take
it's
a
going to
skill
be
check, is
resisting
it?
it. It's going to be resisting it. So it's going to be a force move check versus what it
It's
can resist with.
It's resilience.
So it
Okay.
will still be a skill check.
Could that be doing something vital, like making the whatever is causing this thing to be invisible to
Turn off?
alter slightly?
Yeah, you could cause its chameleons. You could cause its chameleon circuit to short circuit with a.
I would like to do that.
So we'll say it short circuits for a round. So for the next round, so yeah, you as you're sort of like looking for it, you watch as it seems to move slightly weird, and as it does, there's this electric crackling sound, and this electric crackling sound results in the camouflage being dropped. What you see before you is this large quadrupedal, sort of black and gray scorpion. Effectively, it's sort of a scorpion with like this long, or it's sort of a humanoid torso, bipedal, quadrupedal legs, 2 massive cannon arms, sort of like at either side, and this large spiked and serrated tail that seems to also have some sort of energy mechanism attached to it, in addition to just being a massive blunt instrument.
Gotcha.
You can also see that there are several ports on its torso that seem to be irising open and closed occasionally, which you presume to be where it's dropping mines from.
Okay. So I'm doing a move check, I assume, with my ranged light ability against what difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be based off its resilience, so it's going to be difficulty 5, upgraded 4 times.
Jesus Christ.
Very
I might
resilient.
not. I shouldn't even try.
And it is a silhouette 3, so it will require you to upgrade your thing to move him.
Yeah.
Yeah, throwing direct objects that are big and tough is a lot harder than just throwing rocks.
I don't even need to try. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's pointless.
You try to reach out and
All
grab
right.
it, but it is too animate for you to move.
Yeah.
And much denser than it looks.
Yeah, it'll be much easier
Very
to throw
dense.
things at it than to throw it.
Technically, it's a combat check, so technically that would have been upgraded 2 more times, but you still failed, so it doesn't matter. All right. Next PC slot, unless you bring anything else.
I'll go. I can see this thing, right? It
You
looks
can.
pretty
You can also
injured.
see Estes' broken body next to you.
Yeah.
Whatever that's worth.
To definitely heal me just enough that I can get up and be attacked again.
I'm going to try and heal Esty.
I'm kidding.
Damn you.
I'm kidding.
You're at difficulty 3.
I mean,
Here we go.
you didn't get the finishing coup de grace, so you're still alive.
Right. I'm good.
You're not good.
I am
You are-
perfectly fine.
You are decidedly not good.
I like how Esty is like the de facto tank of the party, not because Esty is particularly durable, but because Esty always takes the first hit.
Basically,
It's not an effective way to do this. There you go. You've got 3 successes.
that's how much healed.
That's 2 wounds plus 2 more, so 4 wounds. Heal.
Awesome. I'm still 5 over my threshold.
Yeah, and 2 strain.
I have no strain.
Okay, well, that's your problem.
It's not a particularly strenuous fight for Esty. It's mostly just been
No.
unconsciousness.
It was a
Um,
very restful fight.
And I would, can I use my maneuver to get both of us back away from this thing? I want Esty out of the line of fire.
I'll say yeah. I'll say Esty is
Okay.
currently an unresisting object, so you can pull Esty backwards.
Sweet. That's my turn.
Unresisting object.
Yeah.
The SD story.
There's Esty being objectified again.
That is my turn.
All right. Last PC slot, Esty gurgles.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do absolutely nothing.
I
Top of the round.
would like to murder this thing, please. If no
Mike?
one objects. Corserath will close with it. It is no longer invisible. Does that change its defensive roll?
It is no longer invisible, which means that you still have 3 setback, but you get 1 defense. It being invisible mostly helps it with lowering the defense, or one difficulty, I should say. Helps with increasing difficulty, and also gives it bonuses that it no longer has.
All right, I will take another 2 strain so I can aim. Wait, oh, I am modifying Avazia's things because I'm looking at Avazia's sheet. Oops.
You were already in melee, weren't you?
What are you doing
No,
to
because
my
it stepped
sheet?
back.
Oh.
I was changing your dice pool for a second.
Because they weren't paying attention.
Please die now. That's better.
Would you like to crit it?
Yes, I'd like to crit it with plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 50.
Well, fortunately, it's an ancient battle droid, which means it has a preferred crit whenever it gets crit. So it goes straight to that.
Okay, well, never mind then. I'll crit it once and then.
Well, I mean, you determine this is revealed after you decide to crit, so you've already spent
Okay.
those. So you run up and jam the lightsaber into its torso, sinking it all the way to the hilt. And as it does, you hear a chorus of
explodes.
beeping.
Yep.
It is
Yep.
12 damage.
Yep.
I've gotten you away.
Fortunately,
hopefully.
only you and Avasia are in engage range. As you sort of sink the lightsaber into it, and it self detonates on the critical hit.
I'm waiting for the. Fortunately, where you're only you two are in critical or engage range. Unfortunately, it's effective out to long range.
No, it's effective out to short range, but no one else is in short
Okay.
range
Yeah, I got
because
it.
because Nere's pulled you an SD back, or pulled themselves an SD back.
Yeah.
Because Nere's thought about it for a second.
I don't even want to know how much. That sounded like a lot of mines.
So you both can soak 24 damage.
Oh my gosh.
No pierce. Your full soak.
Does this qualify as a melee or ranged attack?
It's an explosion. So we're ranged, technically.
Can we technically deflect this?
No. Good try, but no.
Good news, you deflected. Bad news, you deflect it back to Nerissa Nesty.
Avazia drops.
So you get a critical injury.
Maybe you'll have matching missing limbs.
It's vicious 4, so plus 40 on the roll.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Vicious 4, so plus 40 on the roll. As it explodes in your
Plus-
face.
40,
Okay, plus 4 for the critical roll offset, or
Plus 40 for the critical roll offset. Yes.
40. Okay, thank you.
This is where Corsarath just dies.
Yes, that's it.
That's the same fucking thing.
Oh my!
You really are the Black fucking Knight. What are you gonna do? Bleed on me?
I feel like it's the leg on that same side.
Oh yeah, leg on the same side. So yeah, Avasia, you get thrown back unconscious. So you don't. So Nereis, you're the only one that sees Corsarath's leg go flying.
He is also unconscious.
As Corsarath also flies
What's
back
Plunk looking at?
unconscious. Your armor is damaged another step, Corsarath.
It's broken. I need to fix it now.
I would imagine you would need
accurate.
to. Yes.
Plunk, can you go fetch that?
One fight, Corsarath lost
Step
both limbs.
forward.
This
Or lost
fucking
2 limbs.
droid.
It's like
I mean, it's the payback I get for being untouched for every other fight.
it is true. It's like the first time Corsarath gets critical injuries, he loses both of his limbs. He loses 2 limbs. Corsarath has been like made of like crepe paper this entire time, only you haven't known it because he hasn't been hit hard enough.
The leg and the arm from different directions, just right in front of you, Nereis.
I'm going forward and I'm trying to see what I can do here.
So Nereis
you know.
and Plunk, you currently have everyone else in the party is unconscious.
Yep. I'm gonna kill them.
What do
Plunk,
I do?
Plunk goes over to Corsarath. Starts digging in his pouches where he knows Corsarath keeps the stims.
Yeah, just stim me twice and I'll be good.
Right.
Well, I'll be
Like,
still.
you
I'll
will
be missing
not
limbs.
be good.
I'll
How
be
many
missing
do you
limbs, but I'll be
have?
conscious. I have 20.
You have 20 stims? Okay. Yeah,
So
he'll
is
just
it-
start,
Stim me twice
he'll
and I'll
just
be
start
conscious.
handing them to Nereis.
Okay.
I was waiting for the he takes Corsarath's stems and gives them to Avazia.
I'll be honest. I was waiting for he takes Corsarath's stims and be like, "All right, let's go."
Before you
No,
stem
he takes Corsarath's stims
Plunk,
and his
before you stem-
lightsaber and his credits and his...
Before you stem Corsarath, the injuries that Corsarath suffered were not from lightsaber wounds, so he is also bleeding from both limb stumps.
Let me do medical
That's
things.
a Nereis problem.
Yeah.
Plunk doesn't know shit about that.
Oh God.
So you're gonna
Don't-
stem him while he's still bleeding, or are you gonna
No!
cauterize those wounds first?
Don't. It's going to. Let me.
I'll go
Yeah,
get a
Plunk gave you the stims, so you know when to use them.
Yes. Yeah.
He'll take
yeah,
3 stims over to Avazia.
I'm going to try and heal these critical wounds. Okay. What's your
So those the maimed critical wounds specifically
Mhm.
require a cybernetic replacement. It
Okay.
can't just be
But
Well,
like,
I
I
feel like it
can-
removes it from the critical injury table.
They
for
can
the-
be cauterized.
Yeah, they can be removed from the critical injury table for like critical injury offset, but I still am missing those limbs until I get a cybernetic replacement.
Exactly. Yeah, you can remove them from the critical injury offset, but you can't like get rid of them.
Basically, what do I have to do to mechanically stop the bleeding?
So you can either use a lightsaber to cauterize the wounds, which will cause another critical injury for each one.
Okay.
Or because system shock. Or you can make a medicine check at difficulty relating to the maimed difficult.
Wouldn't heal as a power also stop that bleeding?
You could also heal as a power to stop the bleeding as well.
Okay, I'm going to start with healing because I'm pretty good at that. Well,
medicine check versus the difficulty of the maimed status for each to cauterize the wounds.
Yeah, I'm going to start with heal because that's sort of safer. I don't know. Okay, so heal. Make a first check here. Oh, I'm sorry.
No difficulty, but yeah. You heal me.
I got you one.
For whatever your, I think heal is based on wisdom?
You mean willpower?
Wisdom's not a thing.
Yeah, willpower.
My willpower.
No, intellect. It is intellect.
Intellect? Intellect, so that's great. Intellect is 2.
I heal 2 wounds and presumably stop bleeding.
Let me look real quick at the heal power. I just want to see if it calls anything out specifically. No harm.
Page 292.
Well, do you have it upgraded at all? Or do you just have the basic?
I just have the basic.
Just the basic? Yeah, I'll say.
Yep.
So I'll say actually for the basic, you can either stop the bleeding or heal.
I will stop the bleeding first.
Okay. So no, you don't regain any wounds, but you stop bleeding.
All right, and then I'm going to start working on him first, and then I'll start doing the stim packs.
Okay.
Medicine.
So no, the critical injuries are still going to be there for purposes of critical injuries, but they're not bleeding, which means I don't get to roll other fun things in a minute.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. Let you do that. Medicine diff 3. Here we go. Hey, you've got 4 wounds back to 3 strain.
Okay. Out of wound. Well, I'm out of strain. Down to I'm only 3 wounds over my threshold. So if you give me 1 stim,
I will give you a stim pack.
Yep.
As you bandage Korthoreth's bloodied stumps, and then stim.
Yep.
Korthoreth comes gasping back to consciousness.
So much pain on the right hand side.
As he, with his left hand, reaches up to his shoulder and focuses as he uses his own heals. My difficulty and everything.
All right, how many stems do you shove in Avasia's gullet, Plunk?
1, see what happens. If she doesn't wake up, 2, see what happens.
How much does the first one heal?
This is her first one of the day, I think, so 5.
Keep going.
4.
It heals 4.
Yeah, it heals. The next one heals 4.
Keep going.
Next one heals 3.
1 more, please.
All right, trot back over to Daenerys, and then the last one heals 2.
Okay, I'm up.
Jesus.
Okay, I go back to
Got a stim on you've got 2 in each arm basically.
Actually, first to Korthoreth, you have. It's not there anymore.
So I've noticed. As Korthoreth heals himself down to only 2 wounds, but still missing 2 limbs.
Plunk will sort of brush a little bit of Avazia's hair out of her face. You got blown up.
The fun part is that's 2 setback dice to all your skill checks now.
Yep.
To go help Esther, I'll go over to.
Korthoreth looks over at the exploded droid. Just shakes his head.
How is Korthoreth?
He's half the man he used to be.
she's going to get up.
Careful.
If I'm not mistaken, that thing had cannons on its hands, didn't it?
Its arms were cannons, yes.
Yeah.
So it's 5, then 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's 5, 4, 3, 2,
Okay,
1.
I need to
then-
go to 4 till I'm conscious. I only need 2 till I'm conscious because it's only down 5.
So you wake up. Smell of cordite and blood.
She sits up.
Hey,
All right, fuck this planet. We're getting off of it.
thank you!
Don't care.
Thank you!
Every fucking 5 minutes, we get blown up. I go down in like 5 seconds.
Uh-huh.
As much as I would agree with you, we're still carrying bombs.
You're carrying a lot less than you were.
What?
Unfortunately, I don't think all the bombs in my body were on my right arm and leg.
I turn around and look. Jesus Christ!
Avazi is making her way over to Coursera.
Yep.
The wounds, like, because of how much he's healed himself, it almost looks like he just doesn't hate. It almost looks like he never had those limbs because it's sealed over
Well,
entirely.
they're bandaged, so you can't really tell what's going on with the skin. But yeah.
Fuck this whole ass piece of shit, backwater, corrupted nonsense of a rock.
Thank you. I feel so validated.
How do you feel?
Well,
I know, stupid question.
through excessive use of the Force, I have dulled basically all of the pain.
Can you walk at all?
I have one leg. I will need
That's
support.
why I asked.
Can you walk
Here.
at all? I have one leg. Walking requires 2.
Avazia will support him.
He uses his move and just grabs both of his lightsabers and puts them on his belt.
Plunk uses his move and just levitates Corserath about 1.5 inches off the ground and starts walking him forward.
Fair enough.
That helps. Thank you, Plunk.
I'm going to require some cybernetics once we get back to that camp. Fortunately, they have a hospital.
Unless this is a look you want to stick with.
Don't think so.
See if they can put
Just
guns in
saying.
him.
Always a good option.
I'm good. I'll settle for something that I'll be able to move with commensurate capacity. I'm fortunately ambidextrous.
They can put the lightsaber in there too. That's pretty good too.
Have any of you ever considered staying further away from things that you're trying to kill?
And
I
that's
have
how
one
you kill
blaster
them.
pistol and I'm not an accurate shot. Less of an accurate shot now.
Okay.
I'm a stealth attacker.
As in you get attacked by things that are stealthier than you?
No, I
Yes.
generally sneak on things and attack them.
Hmm. You're in the wrong line of work with these people.
Don't even get me started. Not right now.
All right. Who else wants a ride?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'd like to walk. It will keep me angry.
Mm-hmm.
So I hate to
Mhm.
ask. But there's still one more quadrant between you and the forward operating base.
I'll roll it.
Yes!
Is there anything anyone would like to do to assist before you roll this D100?
I mean, Plunk is keeping an eye out.
Like fucking what, Hobble?
I'm trying.
What will be the effect if we spend our only destiny point?
spend your only destiny point, you will be able to dictate the number that you roll.
Without knowing.
Is that not helpful?
Yeah, what?
Fuck it. Give it to Chance. I've got a backup character waiting.
Here we
You
go.
do know the results of some of the rolls.
Not in fucking memory.
Yeah, we
think
don't.
it was
You mentioned
lower
it that
percentage.
once a
I
few
think
weeks ago.
It's
We got
in
like
the,
a
It's a 97.
Here we go. We're going to die.
Hey, Jack, we may need to start a game early.
I'll tell Athena.
Just a week early.
oh,
God.
Cannot wait to see this shit.
Just tell me we go out spectacularly.
make perception.
Okay.
What's the difficulty?
I like how you can't even keep a straight face on this.
God.
Standard diff?
Hang on, no. It's not.
If this is another mind fucking droid, I swear to God.
If it's another mind droid, we're fucking walking past it.
Yes.
No,
Mhm.
here's the problem. If it's another mind droid, we'll probably not even see it at this point.
It's possible. It's quite possible.
It's standard difficulty 2.
Okay. 2 successes.
One success.
Ooh, 3.
I will
Successes
heal
and
my 0 strain that I have.
Good job. Good choice.
Everyone except for Avasia sees.
The large dragon running our
You
way.
can't get it out, John.
No. You all see. You hear before you see the sounds of like conversation. And as you sort of begin to slow down and round some of the corners of the scrap, you see that there's a group of very shoddily dressed humanoids, which all seem to be sort of mismatched, carrying a variety of different gear that they've scavenged off of various individuals. You recognize these for a band of pirates that have sort of taken up refuge in the ruins.
Cool,
Just-
we're avoiding that.
Can we skirt them from having noticed
You
them?
can certainly try to stealth around. Yeah.
Okay.
haven't noticed you yet.
Just run.
Let's give it a try.
I want to give you some stealth checks. This one will have an alternate difficulty. This is going to be based against their perception.
Oh, good. Hopefully this is a group check because I'm not going to be contributing anything to it.
So it's just going to be difficulty. It's going to be difficulty 2
Okay.
Okay.
in their stats.
Like I said, not contributing anything.
Oh, I did
That's
bad.
better.
Ooh,
2 successes.
I got 5.
Asti, I think. Do you have any benefits to your stealth checks? Thanks to
Esty
your
gets
stealth
to
suit.
upgrade her.
Yes. Well, my abilities give me +2 bonus die, and then yes, I get an upgrade. I better upgrade the right side, not the negative side.
Yeah, that's a
Ah.
good plan.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm still gonna like wash or something.
There you go.
I just walk right through them.
Just
Just
sorry.
weave my way through.
So collectively, you have more successes than failures. So you managed to avoid the conflict.
Thank goodness.
Yay!
Eventually, you make it back to the forward operating base, dragging severely wounded Corserath in tow. Heading straight to the med bay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm heading straight to wherever the person that we met originally that is supposed to give us our
Our
Money
money.
for clearing up the farm.
They're back at the spaceport.
Yeah. This
That's
is
right. That's still several D100 rolls off.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we can get transport back there.
Yeah, you can get transport back to the spaceport.
Yeah,
from the
I'm
SLA.
going to whoever will be arranging that shit.
Oh, yeah,
Like
absolutely.
everybody else can go to the doctors. I'm not missing any body parts, so
Fortunately-
I'm gonna go handle this.
Fortunately, these are the doctors who have seen me without my helmet on.
Yep. So Plunk will levitate Corsarath's significantly lighter body.
Corsarath will look over Plunk. Would you please allow me and Avazia to walk into this? I would rather not be floated through this.
Shrug. Set him down next to Avazia.
Yeah,
And
Avazia
he will lean. He will lean on Avazia.
Yeah.
Plunk's going to go in front of them. Chakwa. Chakwa. Chakwa.
I'm gonna go with Esther. We're all good.
As Corsarath enters, he will just look at the nearest doctor that he recognizes and go, "I appear to be in need of cybernetics."
It's the Bothan who just
Right.
flat out in common goes, "You appear to be in need of a lot of fucking shit," and then just sort of gestures towards the table.
Yeah.
Avazia will help him over to it.
All right, they begin to get to work.
We just ask these guys
very
to
loud
remove
cat
the explosives or not? Is there a reason we needed specifically the Jedi?
Because this is a very delicate operation, a lot more than just putting
Oh,
cybernetics
yeah,
in, and there's the
that's
threat of the
right.
bombs going
There
off.
was like brains involved or something with one of them. Okay, never mind.
At least we got a decently high-paying job, and we can pay for these cybernetics, probably.
I mean, I could probably already pay for the cybernetics, but yes.
So they don't have anything. They have basic prosthetics right now. They don't have anything like customizable. They're not gonna be able to get you like an increased brawn or agility limb.
But as
or
long
anything
as it
like that.
replaces my limb, if adequately, it's fine.
Yeah, you will have basic prosthetics.
That's
Um,
fine. If I need to upgrade them, I can do that later.
That way you can at least get rid of your setback dice, etc. Probably, yeah.
They do
As long as I
indicate
can
that
be
they
fully
don't-
functioning.
They do indicate they do not have on hand anything that replicates your skin tone.
That's fine. Put it in black.
Yeah, they can do that. They can do non-flesh colors easier than they can do your particular skin tone.
Yeah.
So you get they will go ahead and fit you with some additional prosthetics. It will have a cost because they have to actually source the parts and replace the ones that they're using. That the cost will be. Where's the
Several
second?
thousand Republic credits.
Several thousand Republic credits. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, it's not cybernetic enhancements, just cybernetic replacements. So yeah, I was saying it's 2,000 credits each.
Welcome to Final Show Films.
Oops.
That's weird.
Who's watching the start of the stream?
Jack, for some reason. I put down 4,000 Republic credits.
So you pay for the prosthetics. They attach them to your body. Meanwhile, Esty and Neres, while that lengthy operation is going on,
Does that remove my critical injuries?
it will by the end of the operation. Yes.
Okay.
You two go to secure a passage back to the starboard.
Yes.
Correct.
All right. Is there anything specific you want to do, or just secure that passage? Because it doesn't cost you anything. The transport between the bases is free. They just you let them know, and they'll arrange a thing.
I sort of walk in. Hi. There's a little bit edge to the normal charm.
No shit.
And ask if they've heard any communications from there about Jedi back. Any news that might be noteworthy.
They did. They did receive a report that a Jedi had arrived on planet, and was apparently talking to the governor about some Force users that had arrived previously. and that they were all they were all sort of on the lookout for a group of Force users to basically instruct them to return to the starport.
Your friend?
I think so.
Is that good or bad?
Good.
Okay.
Potentially. We should meet her.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Aside from that, you request a ride back. They will get that arranged. Basically, said they'll be able to get a speeder up here in about 8 hours to a day, depending on what's going on between here and the starport.
Great. Sounds awesome.
Which is good, because it's going to take about that time for Corsair to have a prosthetic fitted.
How far on each arm and leg, by the way, is being replaced?
In order to graft, they have to actually cut away more flesh than you lost in order to properly mount the prosthetics.
Are we talking like at the elbow or at the shoulder?
The right arm is going to be the right arm is going to be basically right here, just below the shoulder joint. Is where that prosthetic's going to be fitted.
Is the leg like at the knee or further up?
Legs just above the knee, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you never want to fit a prosthetic at the joint.
No.
Yeah.
Slightly above or slightly below. Yeah, so your leg basically halfway up your thigh and then halfway down your bicep are the two locations where you are fitted with replacements.
Have this length of time. Esther, can I help you with your critical wounds?
By all means.
All right. What's your worst one?
I have 2 that are diff 2, 2 that are diff 1.
Okay, I'll start on the diff 2s. Whichever one's the furthest down, basically.
Yep.
Medical check. Hey. That one's gone.
Yay.
I think I can only do one at a time. But
Correct.
you've got that. Avasia?
Mm.
Do you have any critical wounds?
Yes,
Let me assist you.
several.
What is your worst one? What's the difficulty on it?
2.
2? Okay, I'll do that one.
Corserath will ask if Avazia can get his armor repaired while they're waiting on his cybernetics.
Heal that wound. Plunk, do you have any?
Huh?
Do you have any critical injuries?
Uh-huh.
May I see? I'm going
And
to
he'll
try-
Yep, he'll pull up his leg, and there's probably how many days has it been since we fought the Wookiee?
About 2
at least
days.
a couple. Yeah.
Okay, right. So yeah, there's a series of injuries from about that time you would anticipate.
God, you need to tell me when you have these. You have that robe
You
on. I can't.
at that point, Nearest might notice Plunk never says anything about being injured. He never volunteers that information.
You need to tell me when you are this badly injured so that I can help.
No.
Not the only one that does it.
It's annoying when you do it.
But they're both difficulty too.
Okay.
Yep.
Plunk, do you like living?
I should be asking you that.
I was gonna stay out of it and let you say that.
Corserath says
Corserath.
through a breathing tube as he's currently being operated on.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't fully hear you. We'll chat later.
Sorry,
Oh,
let
we
me
will.
let me rephrase it then, since I did hear. Do you?
Do I what?
Like living.
Yes, I enjoy it.
Then
Corserath
whatever
and
you're
I have already
about to
had this
say.
talk.
I could take it or leave it.
That's
Get
fucking
healed.
encouraging.
Alright.
And the mask just turns to look at SD, and then he digs in his robe and pulls out this piece of red chalk and just draws a big smiley face on the bottom of it.
Don't you want to know how I got these scars?
Double birds.
All right, I'm going to try and see if I can get repaired. Good.
And was that just one of the critical wounds that got healed there?
Yeah, I can only
Okay.
do one at a.
You can only do one
Yeah,
at a
you can
time.
do
All
both of them. You can only just attempt an
Can I?
individual critical wound once per week.
Oh well. in
So if
that
you
case,
fail
I'll
on
work
it, you
all
can't
of
do it
them.
again for a week.
Hang on,
Really?
then I'm gonna
Oh,
just,
okay.
Then I'm just gonna work on all of them. You're all
Okay.
stuck for a
It
while.
is several
Stay here.
hours, you know.
Yeah.
It does take a couple hours per attempt, but
Yeah,
you can
alright.
attempt each one in succession. It's just if you fail on one, you can't try it again for a week.
Okay, second one on Blunk. Here we go. Oh yeah, you're good.
All right.
You only had 2, right?
Yeah, that was everything for
Okay.
Plunk.
I'm gonna work on SD now. Let's get
3
some
more. A
3
2
more.
and 2 1s.
Okay, here's the second 2.
One of these you've tried to heal multiple times, I swear to God. It's
I know.
And it's one of the
This one's
diff
gone.
ones too.
I know. That one's gone.
Okay, that's the 2.
All right, here's diff 1.
Fucking
I am gonna use my stupid thing. Hang on.
I'm
I can
convinced
reroll a meta
that
check.
Nerys just wants Esty to die subconsciously, and the Force is facilitating that.
Right?
Or the Force wants you to die. That's the other option here. Natural Doctor, once per session, may reroll any one medicine check. I'm doing it, damn it. Here we go. Oh, God.
there we
Got
go.
one.
Okay,
Alright.
I still got one more.
Here's the last one. There you go.
There we go.
Oh my
Crap.
God. Is this what it's like to have no critical injuries?
Yeah, it's
Apparently.
great, isn't it?
Feels like the first time since the start of this character.
Avasia, how many do you have?
I have 2 more. I have 1, 2, and 1, 1.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the 2. There you go.
Yay.
And the 1. Hey, we're all good.
Oh,
I
I've
still
no
do
critical
appreciate
injuries.
that even when you succeed on my rolls,
Yeah,
they're just barely squeezed.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, Corserath would ask if Avasia can see if his armor can get repaired while he's out.
She will do that for him. Then
Yeah,
afterwards,
for it.
she will return, though. She spends most of the time by his side.
You're not able to get the armor repaired. The Beskar is not something that can be repaired here. You would have to find a Mandalorian smith or someone who is proficient in smithing Mandalorian armor, which is typically a Mandalorian.
Well, I can't wear it now, so
Also,
You could-
yeah, to be fair, you might have to have like the arm and leg resized.
oh no,
a
not even
little
that.
bit.
Its damage level is major, which means I can't use it.
Right. I mean, once it is repaired, you might have to have it resized.
But you could go get new armor for Corserath if you wanted.
She's gonna wait till he can do that.
Does anyone still have those concealing robes?
I still
Uh,
have them. I just don't normally wear them because I have the Viscargum.
Did you? I thought you only had the pain harness and didn't have those concealing robes anymore.
No, because we recovered our equipment. Remember?
Yeah. Anyways, so you eventually finish healing up after
yes, I
several
have a
hours,
critical wound. Help.
several long hours. Eventually boarding a shuttle back to the starport. When you arrive, you are greeted by 2 figures. One, the governor, who seems to be slightly dazed. Sort of like in a permanent state of vaguely aware, which you are all familiar with, are the results of someone who's been kept under a long form suggestion, basically. Someone is keeping their mind occupied with the Force. That someone being. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask, if I can't get my armor repaired, could I have acquired armored robes at any point?
Not here.
Okay.
They have military armor, so you get armor, but not armored robes.
I'm sure we can pick them up somewhere.
Yeah. But continue.
The person next to the governor, three of you recognize. Tall, slightly over 6 foot tall, very pale skin, yellow eyes, white hair, the high cheekbones that define the Achani race. Wearing armored robes, the single lightsaber hanging off one hilt. Sort of already knew you would be approaching from the direction that you are approaching, and thus was standing there waiting, so that there was no way you could have approached and not passed her. You see the Archon Hatafeni. She is, and you can all tell a few things as you approach. Those of you that have never seen her, and those of you that have. As you get to within a certain distance of her, that pervasive hunger that has been ever present evaporates as if blown away by something. And specifically, the something is this pool of force, energy, pouring off of Hatafen, as she is simply emitting an aura of calm that extends, as far as you can tell, everywhere she can see. And as you feel that hunger stop feeling it for the first time since you've been on the planet, you all sort of instinctively unclench a little bit. Not fully, but a little bit. As that irrepressible feeling of as you and Hatafeni meet gazes, and she nods to indicate that you should approach. That is where we will end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.